song.
G'day guys, welcome to Spacies Arcade. We are on the road. We're doing a pickup. It's been a while since we've done a pickup last. It's a monumental pickup, and judging by the title, which you've probably already seen, you probably worked out what it is, although it could be a number of different types of games in that genre. And guys, we are going to go pick it up now, and I can't wait to share this with you. So let's go. Ring 5 coming in.
Get ready for the next one.
So guys, what is this all about? I mean, at the end of the day, if you've been watching the channel, I shouldn't be buying any more cabs at this point in time. And I have said before that I'd only buy cabs that they absolutely made sense to do so, in terms of, you know, just impossible finds and that sort of thing. Well, actually on this occasion we are actually going to do a pickup for not me and not Spacies Arcade. Actually, we're doing it for Cal and his arcade. So if you've been watching the channel, Cal is a good friend and also a big arcade enthusiast, and he's on the Discord forum. And what a situation this turned out to be. So backstory time, guys. You know, I like a backstory. so what's happened here? Well, Cal is a big Star Wars fan, so am I. The original Vector Star Wars, guys, come on, can't beat it. And it's a grail game in any collection, more so over here in Australia, because it's just impossible to find. I mean, any Vector game, let alone bloody Star Wars, right? So if a Star Wars comes up, you just got to be all over it. Now there is one currently actually over east, which is just, you know, miles away, and it's the Cockpit version. And boy, the Cockpit version would be something else, guys. It's just a sensational machine. It's like it's basically like getting the moving sit down Outrun or the Outrun Deluxe in comparison, I think. And that would be a beautiful score. Now that's actually going, I mean, they're getting pricey, guys. These are not cheap, and it's going for a reasonable cost, given they usually are just crazy money. But you'd still have to ship it over here. It's a Vector, you know, from one side of Australia to the other, and it's just, yeah, it's just getting out of price range and stuff. So I saw that one, guys, and you know, it's still there, I think, and I just had to let that one go. And then locally, when's one going to come up? We saw one at Palace Arcade when we did that trip out to Palace Arcade. I really enjoyed seeing that. Probably would have been the first time since the 80s, right? And I absolutely enjoyed sitting in there and experiencing that sit-down cabinet, because it's a lot thinner than you think. It's a bit smaller than, certainly smaller than my Grand Champion Cockpit. It's really quite nice. Just a beautiful cab, guys. I'm gushing. I'm gushing here. Can't help it. This cabinet is, oh my god. Now I'm talking about the sit-down cab. Surely we haven't got a sit-down cab situation here locally in terms of a pickup for Cal, have we?
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have, guys. So this came up, and I cannot believe it, because it's quite funny. Like, Cal and I know that when these sort of machines come up, we're equally probably just going to buy them outright before telling each other, unless of course there's a situation where one doesn't need it or whatever, and we're likely to let each other know. So and we certainly don't want to bid up against each other. That's also the other crazy thing we've got to think about. But anyway, this came up, and literally it was up for about 2 hours before it was sold. And Cal actually contacted me and says, oh, you would not believe what was listed and has now sold on Gumtree. And I was like, oh, please don't tell me it was any Vector game, let alone Star Wars. And he posted the original ad back to me, and he said, yeah, this one's gone. And I said, oh, I couldn't believe it, because literally I had checked Gumtree prior to that, and then I got caught up chasing an Outrun PCB, guys, that was on eBay, and that thing, and I was waiting for it to do the final close, and then all these bids came in the final minute on that thing. I was watching it for the last couple of hours. Like during the time this Vector machine was available, I was sitting there watching eBay, watching this Outrun PCB, and I don't need the Outrun PCB, my one works, but I really wanted a spare, guys, because they're just getting really rare, and they are getting really sought after. I probably shouldn't say this, because I'm just going to end up driving up the price for the next one, because yeah, that went, in terms of postage and everything, it went for $1,000, guys. Outrun PCB, can't believe that. Anyway, back to the story. So I was caught up in that. Cal's told me that yes, this was a bloody Cockpit Star Wars that's been sold, and I'm just like, oh, you are joking. Anyway, he wasn't dissing me, he wasn't having me on like saying that it had been sold and that he'd secretly bought it. He had actually missed out on it too, guys. He had missed out on it too. So he was gutted, I was gutted. We had a bit of a communal cry over it. You know, the price and stuff. It was like, just feeling like, no,
That's impossible!
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
No!
So after counselling sessions and you know, a lot of self-reflection about, you know, making sure that I'm on Gumtree more frequently, we let it go as much as we could, and during the week Cal was contacting me going, oh, I'm still gutted. Yeah, but I'm like, yeah, I'm gutted too. Anyway, so got to turn off here, guys. So a few other days get passed by. I think we're a good week. Yeah, we're a week on from the sale. Cal contacts me, says, I'm picking up the Star Wars. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell, man? I'm picking up the Star Wars. And I'm just like, oh, you are joking. So the sale had fallen through. The first buyer had fallen through, and Cal had actually contacted the guy even just before the ad was pulled, and then it was sold. And so he was on the contact list, on the guy's contact list, guys. So he was lucky. He got a call back and got the opportunity to buy it, and he's done just that. So I'm not going to say any more, guys. That's enough of the intro, me blabbing on. Let's finish this journey. I'm going to the seller's house now. Again, not sure if I'm able to film there, but we'll see how we go. But we will be filming, at least getting it to Cal's place, and let's have a look at this beauty, because there's a few little cool things about it that we definitely got to discuss. So let's get on the road, guys, and pick this thing up. in the house and got this beautiful beast home to Cal's place. And look at it, look at this ridiculous background here. I've got a stand-up Star Wars, which you guys may have seen from a previous episode. And now he has a sit down as well. Just think about that, guys, for a minute. Having both of these machines. This thing is unbelievable. You know, I used to think back in the day, just playing Space Invaders and how cool it would have been to own a Space Invaders machine. And remembering playing Star Wars in the arcade in this very cabinet, not this very cabinet, but one just like it, and just, oh my God, being blown away by the vector graphics, just the soundscape in here. And I would never have thought in my wildest dreams that one day in the future I'd be sitting in this cabinet again. And it's just, we're talking 40 years, guys, or just under 37 years. It's just insane. It's insane to me. So I'm just sitting and enjoying being in here. The other guys, this thing is not working, unfortunately. It is fully complete, which is awesome. But the story was, the guy owned it before this. He got it over here in 2012, I think it was, about eight years ago, and about 4 years ago it was here in Perth before that. And it was working all the way back then. In fact, it was working up to 5 years ago. And the guy fell on some hard times and he ended up renting out his house, and he left the game machine. The game machine. He left Star Wars in his house, guys, when he rented it out. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you were going around looking at rentals and this was in the rental? I wouldn't care what the price was per week. I'd be in there. I would be in there playing. Anyway, these guys played it, and they had some problems with it. A fuse blew, apparently. They replaced it incorrectly, and now it looks like it's killed the deflection board, the X1, the deflection board. It's burnt. I'll show you around the cabinet, guys, as we carry on talking here. But this, I mean, to find one in this sort of condition, and guys, this is completely just as we picked it up. It's dirty. It hasn't been cleaned, and yet it's actually pretty perfect. I mean, the whole interior in here, the plastic hasn't been broken. I would imagine this stuff would normally get busted. There's no graffiti in here. We are missing the top plexi, so that's something that would need to be replaced. I think getting that fully enclosed feeling, guys, is what you need to have in this game. You've got two speakers behind you, you've got two speakers under your legs here, and you've got 25 inches of vector color goodness in front of you and an ampliphone monitor, and that's just cranking with this controller. Just gonna sit and take that in for a little bit, guys, because once this is going, this is going to bring back a lot of memories. And of course, I'm talking like it's my machine, but unfortunately it's not. But luckily, it's at least at a place that I know I can swing around and say to Cal, do you need a cup of sugar this week? I can drop in, because I'd love to play this once it's going. But anyway, we've got a long way to, well, not a long way, but there's a way to go with it and sorting out that deflection board. Cal's going to do the right thing, take apart all the boards, clean them up, you know, check the power supply and do all that. Guys, these games aren't cheap anymore. So, you know, you want to take your time, do it properly. He's going to do that. And knowing how well he does with all his other machines, it's going to come up looking splendid. But I don't think he's going to actually do a lot of changes. All the side art's good, guys. It's got just some natural patina on it, a little bit of black missing around the edges. You could probably touch those up. It would look pretty much brand new when you clean this up. It's just that nice. Now, the other thing you would have noticed on here is it's got Empire Strikes Back on the side. So that was part of a kit. Now, not a major kit, it was just a sticker on there, and I think they changed the sticker on here too. And then I think it's a ROM swap, and I don't know all the technicalities in relation to what they changed on the original board, but the games are very similar, so it probably used very much the same hardware with just different ROMs. And look, you could take that sticker off and effectively change it on here, and you've got your original Star Wars cab anyway. I mean, that's probably the smallest kit I've ever seen in terms of a changeover on a cab. So I don't know what Cal's going to do there. If it was me, it's a tough one actually, because today, guys, we're going to actually play a little bit of the Empire Strikes Back, and I'll be honest with you, because I did not play Empire Strikes Back when they upgraded these cabs back in the day. I played Star Wars to death, but yeah, I don't, and I've been struggling trying to think, guys, when I've played it, because the Walker scene, I do remember that scene, but I'm not sure if I just played it on MAME or whatever, guys. But seriously, I'm in awe. Now, we got this into the house pretty easily. In fact, when we were tying up the machine, when we were wrapping it up, one of those stretchy cables, Cal was actually putting one of those around, and flicked off, guys, came straight past around in front of my face into the hand. Luckily it just bounced off my hand. Could have lost an eye over this cab, and I tell you, it wouldn't have bothered me. It actually wouldn't have bothered me if I got a big smack and cut in the face. I'm just so happy that Cal has got this cab. It's too good. And the other thing is that when we're driving home, and you'll see it on the fast replay of our little journey getting back here, there was two massive road train trucks, one of them filled with gas fuel. I was thinking in my mind, if this thing explodes on the highway and then there's this like Star Wars blowing up on the side, and and I've got it all captured on the GoPro. Good video, but my God, losing this, losing Cal, but this. It'll be a sad thing. So, guys, this is going to be saved. It's going to be restored. It's going to come back to its former glory, and it's going to look awesome here in Cal's arcade. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, Cal's a pretty private guy, so he's chosen not to feature in these videos. So, but just in case you're wondering and thinking that I've actually bought another house to store my games. And it's all just a cover? That would be pretty insane, wouldn't it, guys? That would be pretty mental. But luckily, I haven't gone to that extreme yet. But now that thought crosses my mind, it could solve a lot of problems. In fact, getting a rental, and actually getting people to pay me for rent and then storing the games in there like this guy did, actually, it's not a bad idea. Anyway, I digress. What we should do now, guys, I'm just trying to think, have I covered everything on this machine and the trip over? It was pretty easy getting it into the house. It's on wheels. It rolled really nicely. It is one piece, guys, but I do suspect it comes off in three. You just got to take off these. Well, these look like, what do they look like? Some sort of security bit maybe, or maybe it's just Allen keys there. This is interesting. It's like three pieces of wood joined together for this top piece, but I think this actually comes apart, and this comes apart in the middle here. It's a little bit like my Grand Champion, guys. It comes out in three pieces, but look, it was easy enough. It's thin. You can get it through a doorway, unlike the Grand Champ. So yeah, guys, it's just awesome. This controller, it feels like it's got a little bit of a click in here. The cogs look good on the back. It was worn on one side, but it looked like it might have been turned around, but it's a little bit crunchy. But look, these things can be rebuilt, and if anything, you can get the Allen One controller, guys. Sitting in a Star Wars, guys. Sitting in a Star Wars. All right, enough. Let's have a look at the game. Again, as I said, haven't played it a lot since back in the day, but it's a very similar feel, obviously, to the original Star Wars. I had a crack on it just earlier before and was loving it. So let's check it out and see what's actually going to appear in here at some point. And once we finish there, guys, we'll head back to the arcade and finish up. Okay, guys, let's get it. I'm going to go straight into easy. And as I said, I don't know if
There's a meteorite hit the ground near here.
I played this a lot back in the day. It's sort of familiar, but... And I'm not going to be very good because of that, obviously.
Destroyed of some kind.
But we have, you know, similar style bullets.
That is the system, and I'm sure
And
Skywalker is with them.
you've got to get those letters, I believe.
They spotted Imperial walkers.
And then these things on the legs. Oh, shit. There we go. You've got to use those things to get around the legs. I think they sort of fire automatically. I'm not sure if that's... Yeah, there it goes again.
Ourselves, I think Dr. Luke is in considerable danger.
I don't know, guys.
Come on, fire boy.
Very much a noob at this, but it's still Star Wars, or at least Empire Strikes Back.
The Force is with you.
Got another letter.
Shield doors must be closed.
Alrighty. Okay.
Prepare to make the Delta light speed. I want that shit, not excuses.
I love that. Don't love that. As the Wookiee said. Got Spacies already in there, guys, so we're going to keep that going. And let's have another
May the
game.
Force be with you.
We'll try again on easy.
There's a meteorite hit the ground near here.
It's just so cool to have all these cool samples still. And the thing is, guys, is that because this runs on the same hardware, Cal's actually going to have a effectively multi-ROM in his setup, and he'll be able to flick between both sets. So you'll be able to play original Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. So that,
Come on, fire boy.
whoa. So that will be pretty cool.
And I'm sure Skywalker is with
Oh
them.
crap! So I
They
think
spotted Imperial walkers.
is it no top? No. So I've got three. See, it sort of goes off by itself. Double. I'm getting some secret help to the side here, guys. Just so you know, there we go. Because I thought it was like the top buttons, but it's not. And now all the toe cables are gone, so you only get a certain number.
Shield doors must be closed.
Learning on the fly, guys. And I don't know why he says the shield door must be closed.
Prepare to make the Delta
Sorry
light
to
speed.
say.
I want that shit, not excuses.
Nothing better than Darth Vader's voice. Jeez.
Sir, we just lost the neighbor to take a shoot.
That C-3PO sounded a little bit off, though, I must say. Was it C-3PO or was it Luke, actually?
Force is with you.
Still, guys, you got to remember back when this was released, the samples, sound samples and stuff, you just didn't get any, hardly any games with sound samples. Now, I believe I have to dodge these, and that's just annoying because I'd far rather be blowing these up. And apparently, people that do play this find that particular stage annoying. I can sort of see why. But I guess it's one of those things, guys. You just got to get used to it. Am I playing again? Yes, I am.
Don't give in to hate. That leads to the dark side.
Oh, guys, hate leads to the dark side. We can't have that. Let's go again. Guys, a few hints in the little interlude there that you wouldn't have
There's a
seen.
meteorite hit the ground near here.
And
Destroyed of some kind.
I'll show you on the next level when we get to the Imperial Walkers. It's a little trick. Well, not a trick, it's just basically knowing how to play the game. Also, getting these letters, getting all 4 letters, apparently makes you invincible, which would be pretty cool. Alright, so we use these table cards. Oh, geez, I'm using the right-hand side straight away. I cannot believe that. So, the left-hand side, guys, is shoot, and with the laser, and the right-hand side is the toe cables. Oh, man, I've just absolutely balls that up completely. So, that's just a little trick for new players like myself. So, yeah. That's really hard, actually, because I'm so, like, zap on both.
Shield doors must be closed.
I guess I need to...
The Force is with you.
I need to procure the one toe. There we go. Go. There we go, take him down. So I think if you get used to just using the left.
You're beaten. Don't give in to hate. That leads to the dark side.
Thank you. Am I having one more, guys? I'm having one more.
May the force be with you.
Okay, we're starting to really actually gel with us now. Now I sort of know what I'm doing. See here, I really want to do left and right? That's the thing. And you get straight to those Imperial walkers, and you got to go left on the laser and right on the cables.
With you.
So, yeah, I'm sort of liking this. I mean, the style of gameplay is very much like the original in relation to just, you know, the general feel and shooting these bullets and.
Sure, Skywalker is with me.
And you know.
Find an Imperial walker.
I can't. I'm a slow learner, guys.
Drop the lane. This might be our only chance of stopping them.
Okay. You can shoot those ones. We actually use the toe cables on these little guys. Maybe.
Shield doors must be closed.
I want to use them on these big bikes. One there.
The force is with you.
Yes. There you go. Down you go. One more. Look at that. Did I get him? I don't think I did.
Prepare to make the Delta Light speed.
Woo!
I want
Okay.
that ship, not excuses.
Now I'm supposed to be doing both sides, right? Yeah. Just thinking about playing this in the cockpit with the 25-inch Vector and all the sounds surrounding me. Yes, I'll have that any day of the week. Okay, am I going to get past these?
Asteroids do not concern me, Admiral.
Yeah, well, they concern me. Shite. Okay, come on.
Thank goodness we're coming out of the asteroid.
Nice one.
The son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi.
Yes.
He could destroy us.
All I need is an eye.
He will join us or die.
We picked up something outside the base.
Come on. Gone quiet, guys. I'm concentrating.
General, prepare your troops for a surprise attack.
Oh, hey!
Hard fire, boys!
Okay. Ah, no!
Imperial walker.
Left. Come on, take it down. One.
Go for the lane. This might be our only chance of stopping them.
Crap, that was pretty poor.
Start the evacuation.
Okay. Yep. Go. Oh, come on. No more? No, have one.
You are beaten.
Okay, guys, so that was pretty average at the end there, but and I didn't even beat my score before, and I got less distance. But I had guys heaps of fun. That's going to do it for now. Let's head back to the VIP lounge and just reflect on what we have just picked up here. It's been an amazing day, and thank Cal for inviting me to the pickup. And let's head back now and have a chat. And we're back, guys, in the arcade in the VIP lounge to finish up. Now, just before we do, I just want to shout out quickly to Snorky, my mate Snorky there. He's in the Discord forum, big supporter of the channel as well, Patreon supporter. He's been unwell recently. He was in and out of hospital. We hope that you are on the mend, mate. He's been posting in Discord, so I think everything is well. Hope these videos are at least cheering you up a little bit, mate. So get well soon. And to everyone else in the Discord forum, thanks for participating. You know who you guys are, and for all you people watching, hop onto the Discord forum. There's a lot of really good chat going on there, guys. Good community building there. Just arcade enthusiasts, you know, no stress, no drama, except maybe one. One person. You know who you are. You're not going to get away with that. So anyway, guys, hop on. It's a lot of fun. That was really funny with the controller, stuffing up the controller, and it was so against my instincts. It was so against my instincts to not push both triggers for the laser, and I thought those cables on the top, you know, were the top buttons, you know, it's like booms, like the torpedo shot, right? And it's funny because it's almost like there was something instinctive there in my mind that got triggered about having that thing with the toe cables on the right. It doesn't seem to make sense. Anyway, Cal did think that was quite funny when he sent that through, the picture, the sticker on the Empire Strikes Back upgrade kit. On that sticker, it specifically says that the top buttons are for the toe cables. Now, those toe cables, we had to do the video a few times when I was playing, guys, because I keep saying cable ties. Get to those Imperial Stormwalkers. We need to use the cable ties. This is the right hand, not cable ties.
Cable, yeah. Toe, right. Not toe, right?
So cable tie. What are they? Oh, shit. This is cable ties.
I always say wrong.
Got a cable tie up the Imperial Walkers. I still have to look at it and go, toe cables, not cable ties. Anyway, I thought that was funny. I really did like it. I liked Empire Strikes Back. I think I need to play that some more, but I do love the original Star Wars for sure. But I think over time you'd grow to love them both equally, I think. But I hear Empire doesn't get a lot of love, but I'm not sure why. The asteroids part is a little bit weird. That would just be so cool to just be blasting and smashing that stage. Dodging those asteroids is not much fun. Now, that machine had clocked up 141,000 clicks, guys, on the coin counter. It was set at 40 cents, and so therefore it was out on location here in Australia, which is pretty cool. So it's got some history out in the field. But 141,000, if that was at 40 cents, like one click for 40 cents, then it would be 56,000. It probably wasn't. It was probably a click per 20 that went in. And that would have been a good $28,000. So even at 28,000, that probably would have been a very good earner, but, you know, likely over a long period of time. Now, of course, some of these machines really did earn back in the day, guys, and that definitely would have been one of them. Some of them seemed like they pretty much sort of broke even and stuff. But yeah, back in the day, of course, there was just, you know, cash bags full of 20-cent pieces being taken down to the banks by the burger bar and arcade owners. It was just crazy time. So that was pretty interesting. Now, once Cal gets the deflection board fixed up, it's really burnt, like that's really, I don't know what they did. If it was just a fuse change, I can only think they just put in a lower rated fuse and there was some problem on the board, and no, actually that'd be the other way around, wouldn't it? They put a higher rated fuse in, and then that would allow the electricity to go through and just blow up and cause more damage. I don't know, but he should be able to get that fixed up. We don't know the state of everything else. It is complete. He did say it was working other than that particular problem that caused that issue, but who knows, right? You just don't know if that excess current caused some other issues there. But anyway, he'll sort it out. Cal's already started cleaning it up. He's I know he's going to get straight into that and get that board sorted as quickly as we can, and we'll get back out there and have another look at it, guys. And that, you know, again, that cab is it's a dream. It's a you know, it's a grail. It's a grail game. And I did say, I think in the last video, that one of my grails would still be Star Wars. I don't have any room really actually for the cockpit, which is probably a good thing. But I could probably squeeze in an upright. But yeah, it's rare enough finding this thing. I don't know if we're going to find another like an upright here in Perth at all. But Star Wars, guys, at the end of the day, you know, growing up and watching that movie and watching it so many times, in the theatre, and it was just such a game changer. You know, if you were around back in those days, you'd understand it was the first big space movie, you know, and it just blew me away. And I can still remember sitting in the Savoy cinema in Christchurch back then. I just keep saying back in the day, but back then, and being crammed in there, like every session was sold out, and it was just week after week of just being sold out. And I went back so many times. I don't know if I've quoted the amount of times I've gone before, but it was a lot, and you just never got sick of it. It was just so amazing. And of course, since then we've got this massive franchise that's come out of it, and all the movies that have then come out around the first trilogy, plus just all the merchandise. And you know, I had the original Star Wars, got up here actually, but this is the remake one that came out recently, the Star Wars game, the board game, which we used back in the day. The original figurines that came out, and a neighbour over the road collected all those. I remember playing with those, and you know, and it's just created just a monster franchise. And just all the games, all the Star Wars games, like there's just so many games released on so many platforms and systems, and still arcade games being released. And you know, the Battle Pod, of course, was just phenomenal recently. Of course, we had the Star Wars trilogy before that, and you know, you got X-Wing vs TIE Fighter. I remember that on the PC on a Pentium 60. I think we upgraded it to a Pentium 90, and we're just freaking out over the extra performance. And just love that game. You know, there's just so many. And at the end of this year, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but EA, and it was posted up. I think Fretburner posted it up on the Discord forum, and he mentioned that the Star Wars Squadrons is being released at the end of this year in October, and this looks amazing.
I can't shake them! Giving engines full power!
Think you can escape?
This is gonna be close!
Pilots, you are the Empire's strength. We do not accept defeat.
Remember why we fly. For hope. For the new republic.
Vengeance will be ours.
Seize that moment.
When the perfect shot makes history.
5 pilots.
1 squadron.
The galaxy's finest.
Now that's going to be in full VR as well as normal, and you know, VR, even on the PlayStation VR, that's going to be something else. I don't want to set my expectations too high with that one, guys, but I think that's got me excited again to buy a latest game. I haven't really been excited to buy any latest games. But look, thanks to Cal and for inviting me out on that pickup. It was so cool, even though it's not my pickup. I just enjoyed it as if it was my pickup. It really wasn't any different, unless I didn't have to fork out the cash, I guess. And Salah came along as well and helped load up and provided me with a bit of lighting and stuff. Didn't have my lighting rig when I was at Cal, so the film was a little bit grainy, you would have seen. But thanks for that, Salah. And guys, I actually I picked up the trilogy movie, the 4K on Ultra HD. Haven't even opened them yet. And 4K Ultra HD original trilogy. Got to get me into some of that onto the OLED, guys. That will be awesome. So check that out. Now, what are we going to do coming up now? I'm going to get back to, at some point soon, hopefully, to Zeke's Peak in 56 games. They have been so cool, actually, hopping onto the Spacies Arcade forum and also in Discord and providing some updates on some graphics changes, the improvements that they're doing, and also they're working on the music, and they've taken in all our feedback. It's just so cool when these developers actually hook into these, you know, the gaming community at large and take on feedback and help develop it into the game. So guys, I'm all behind those sorts of developers. You know, so yeah, give them your support. They're the sort of people we want to support, right? They're just building cool classic arcade recreations and doing it in a way that, you know, satisfies all our little specific things that we want to see. So check out Zeke's Peak on Steam, guys, and check out the updates that are coming. Once they do the next update with the graphics and the music, we will cover that on a future video. I've got to get back to some virtual pin at some point, don't I? I haven't done a virtual pin for a while. I know a few of you have been asking for it, so I'm not going to need to get back to that. And I've done a change to one of the games out in the game room. As I said in my last video, all the machines out there are now working. Now we've got the Namco going, and there was one other machine which I got going, and I got going with something unusual and might even be a little bit controversial. More controversy. We'll see what you think. But I think that's going to be an interesting one. So that's coming up too, guys. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Again, thank you to all you Patreon supporters and PayPal supporters. Links are down below. This video, by the way, probably will be demonetized by YouTube just for the sheer amount of Star Wars content and bits and pieces that are in it, which means I will get a fat zero for all the work done in this. So all you Patreons and any amount that comes through on PayPal definitely helps the channel, guys. So thank you very much for your continued support. Now, I think I'll finish off. I haven't finished with my Star Wars fix. It's nowhere near as good here. Even on the OLED, it's not as good even on Cal's PC monitor that he's got in his upright. And of course, I can't imagine once I'm staring back at those vector goodness when that big 25-inch amplifying monitor comes back to life, it's going to be glorious. But I will get my fix in the meantime on here, and for that, guys, I'm going to need some coinage. Got a 20.
You can fight like a robot.